Hello Gemini, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Gemini for the week of June 13th. Now Gemini, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. I do not offer personal readings. I will not send you a message, so do not get scammed. Let's go ahead and get into it here for you, Gemini. Let's see what we have going on here. So I am using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot as well as the Spirit Song Tarot, which is the first time I've used that deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to purchase them for yourself. I also ask that you hit the like button and subscribe if you have not already. It really does help my channel grow in a big way and also ensures that other people who may need to see the message have an opportunity to see the message. All right. Let's go ahead and make sure we're all set up and in view here. Go ahead and put this up here. We're also going to take 3 cards from this Spirit Song Tarot. Put this up here. All right, Gemini, take a look at what we have here. So right away here, I can see that for some of you, this is a period of change for you right now. This is a walking away type of reading. This is a walking away type of period that some of you are maybe going through at this time. This could certainly see you maybe walking away from the possibility of a relationship, or walking away from your thoughts about relationships, or something related to relationships here. This could certainly be the transition that some of you are making in your life at this time. There's also this really nice energy though of you finding the healing that you need to find as you take this step in a new direction, as you make a transition. This is not only going to be about relationships for some of you. Obviously, for some of you, this may be around walking away from something related to your career or a different situation in your life. I will try to get some more details on that, but let's just go ahead and dive in. So right away in the middle, you have this 6 of Swords energy here. And the 6 of Swords, you can see that this person and their family are, well, you can see the family here in the boat. And this really represents the fact that they are ready to move past whatever happened in the 5 of Swords energy, which is the card that comes before the 6 of Swords. This family is ready to go somewhere new. And what's interesting here is they don't exactly know where they're going yet. And, this as a result represents some sort of transition away from pain, some sort of transition away from loss, something along those lines here at this time. And, for you, it's sort of this energy of like going through a rite of passage, trying new things, trying new energies, anything like that. And so for you, it's like, I definitely like to see this. 6 of Swords is definitely a welcome sign because it's sort of harboring a new beginning for one's life in a way. But it's not just like a new beginning that comes out of nowhere. It's a new beginning that comes out of you deciding, I'm going to step on the boat, I'm going to go and sail somewhere new, even though I don't know exactly where I'm going yet. You have this around the 2 of Cups and the Devil in the past, right? And so, just the kind of like logical conclusion here is that for some of you with this 2 of Cups Devil energy is that you are walking away from maybe somebody who is toxic. You're walking away from maybe a partnership or just a relationship that was toxic. Sometimes it's not that you're toxic or that the other person is toxic. It's just that the connection together for whatever reason doesn't work. It just doesn't work out, and for whatever reason, the combination of you and this person for whatever reason, is not aligned, right? And so that could be the type of energy that some of you are sort of transitioning away from at this moment. The reason being is the Devil is sort of a toxic energy, or it can be a challenging person or a toxic person. Could be fun to be around, but not exactly an energy that sort of propels you forward or encourages you to grow or anything like that. And so that's kind of this Devil energy. The 2 of Cups is partnerships. It is like a union between you and another person, or between you and another soul in this lifetime. It can also just refer to business partnerships as well, or career partnerships. Maybe somebody you have to share an office space with, or whatever the case may be, or somebody you're literally in business with as well, especially if you are, like, for example, self-employed. And so it's partnerships of all types, right? The thing is, you have this influence of the devil with it, right? And so that's, again, something that's maybe a little bit challenging in your life. The devil, though, it can expose your own sort of shadow, though. Okay, the devil can also just not be about somebody else, but it can be something around your energy and your sort of shadow that you need to sort of call out and work through as well. And so just do keep that in mind. Again, though, we have this with the Six of Swords, you transitioning away from that and moving to something new, which I really like to see. Now, in the future, you have the Four of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Okay, so the Four of Swords here, I really like this. Okay, I really like this word. You can see that this person is praying here. You can see that their hands are in a sort of prayer stance, and this represents not only sort of taking time to commune with the universe, maybe meditate or commune with your guides or whatever you sort of attach meaning to. Maybe taking time to meditate, but this also represents healing. Okay, this is a major card of healing, kind of taking a breather, taking a break, allowing yourself to sort of gather your energy, recoup yourself. And I like this because recuperate. I like this because it's with the Eight of Cups here, and you can see that this person is walking away from the spilled, empty, broken cups of the past, and they're really walking towards a better timeline for themselves. They're walking towards sort of new horizons and new mountains in the future. For me, the Eight of Cups is a card of empowerment because you have to take that all-important first step, which is not exactly easy to do. It's very hard to take the first step in a new direction, especially when you're in this Six of Swords energy, which is not exactly knowing where it's leading you to yet, but knowing it's leading you somewhere better, right? And so that's a hard thing to do, but it seems like some of you are ready to do this. And again, as you walk into this new journey or this new venture, or this new place in your life, you are getting this energy of healing as well with the Four of Swords. So let's see what else we have here. Let's move up the pyramid. So you have the Hierophant, you have the Seven of Swords, you have the Knight of Cups, and you have the Page of Swords. Okay, so the thing is here with this energy, there is this interesting energy around not conforming. Okay, there's a non-conformity, sort of non-conformist type of energy here. The reason being is the Hierophant in the past is somebody who, the Hierophant is like tradition. Okay, it's anything that is traditional in one's life. So this is more about conforming if you're just looking at the Hierophant on its own, right? The thing is, this is paired with the devil, all right? And this is also paired with the Seven of Swords. The devil and the Hierophant is a classic energy of nonconformity. It's almost like for some of you, you're really hoping to just break free for something, or in the past, you feel like maybe you are a little bit restricted in a partnership, in a situation, maybe in a marriage, maybe in a relationship, whatever the case may be. Some of you felt restricted here. And it's almost like for some of you, maybe you've been strategizing, we'll call it scheming. I don't mean that in a negative way, but you can see that this person has sort of had to come up with a scheme or a plan to take these swords, to steal these swords, right? And so you could say that it's just strategizing. And so for some of you, it's like you've been looking for your exit plan here. And I definitely feel like that could have happened. There could have been some sort of negative energy here. The Seven of Swords and the Devil is not something that I like to see because there could be like lying involved. There might be cheating. I don't really feel confident in saying that right now without getting like a 3. If we get a 3 card, a card that has a number 3, that might be on the table here. But there could have just been a little bit of dishonesty in this connection. The thing is, in the future, you have this Knight of Cups and this Page of Swords. It's interesting because the Page of Swords can represent sort of thoughtful energy. It can also represent kind of energy where like this can bring about news of delay or disappointing news, but it can also just be thoughtfulness and sort of high intelligence type of energy. And you have that here with the Four of Swords and the Eight of Cups. So I don't really feel like there's disappointing news. In fact, I feel like some of you are walking away from something that's disappointing, as I've said 100 times already. It's just confirmation after confirmation. You have the Knight of Cups with it as well, which is a really good card of potentially starting a new relationship or moving in the direction of a relationship. It's maybe like for some of you, as you kind of really finally distance yourself from whatever happened here in the past, it's like possible that you're also finding something new. Let's see what else we have. Let's try to get some more details here. This is kind of a love reading. So you have the Two of Feathers, you have the Sun, and you have the Ace of Feathers. Okay, so feathers are the swords suit. So you have decisions and direction, you have vitality and joy, and mental clarity plus foundation. So these are very, very good cards to pull, okay? The Ace of Swords is a card about breakthroughs, divine insights, sort of justice, kind of moving forward in a direction of clarity here, as you can see the mental clarity, and maybe really connecting with some sort of divine inspiration in your life. You have the Sun energy as well, which is for me the best card to find in the tarot. The Sun is vitality and joy, as it suggests here, but it's also about power, right? Remember, the planets revolve around the sun, so if you take that power and you put it into a tarot card, that's what you get. It's also about happiness and positivity. You have this decision direction with the Two of Swords, which is interesting. It is interesting. The Two of Swords, I don't really associate it with decisions, but it is not wrong at all in saying that the Two of Swords comes forward when you're maybe like in your mind about being wrong. The Two of Swords might be like mental interference or like lack of mental clarity, and so there might be a decision here that needs to be made. Let's see what else we find here. I think the decision is about clearly here walking away, making a transition. You have the King of Cups, you have the Four of Cups, and you have the Ace of Swords. So we have double aces here. We have the Ace of Feathers and the Ace of Swords. So we have the double Ace of Swords here showing up, which is definitely very good. I love to see that because this is bringing clarity into your life here after maybe something that was just a little bit off here in the past with the Devil, the Hierophant, and the Seven of Swords. Just something that was a little bit murky, if you will. Something that you just intuitively didn't feel right about or just didn't add up for you here. The King of Cups is somebody who's a good partner. Typically in the tarot, remember, I don't attach gender to my cards, and so it doesn't matter what person you are in a relationship. It doesn't matter what gender you are in a relationship with or what gender you're interested in. This is just seen as generally a good partner in the tarot. Somebody who can like listen to you, but also hear you and hear you out in some ways. And so the thing is, this is what I don't like, is that it's sort of in the same direction as the Seven of Swords and the Devil, which means maybe this person was a little bit emotionally manipulative. Okay, because remember, there's always like a positive and negative to these cards, and since I only read uprights, and since I don't read reversals, I do keep since I only read upright cards, right? I do sometimes bring in the meaning of the reversal. And it depends on the sentiment, right? It depends on what cards are around it. So in this case, we have the Devil, we have the Seven of Swords, we have the King of Cups. And so for me, that's kind of more of a negative sentiment, which means that perhaps, this person was a little bit manipulative. Okay, you have the Four of Cups here. It's possible that they were just bored, or you were bored, or the two of you became bored in a relationship or something along those lines. But now there's this new spark kind of coming out of nowhere here with the Ace of Swords twice showing up, which is really breakthroughs, divine insights, and breakthroughs in communications. And yeah, getting that mental clarity for yourself here. Let's move up the pyramid. So you have the Death card and you have the Three of Swords. So look, I said, remember, I may be looking for a 3 card. You have the Three of Swords now showing up. It's possible that there was maybe a little bit of, it's possible that some of you got cheated on here. I'm not going to say that's for everybody, but I am saying that this is possible because you have a classic combination of that with the Three of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Devil, as well as the Two of Cups. and somebody like just maybe being manipulative here. Maybe they emotionally cheated on you as well. That could certainly be the case. Yeah. So I definitely see a separation happening here if it has not already happened, coming up here in the future. This could have been with a Scorpio, or this could have been with maybe somebody who has kind of Scorpio energy about them, because you have the Death card with it. But the Death card is really about a transformation. What I can say for sure is, if you're here, if you're still with me, you're probably going through a relationship situation right now. If you're still watching, because this has been about relationships. What I can say for sure is that there are massive changes happening for you here with the Death card, the Six of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. And this is because you're deciding to initiate these changes, which is really the best sort of form of that. At the top of the pyramid here, you have the Page of Pentacles, which could be something new with somebody. This is a better card to find in a career, financial, or life situation, but certainly since this is primarily love, this could certainly be news about maybe a new person coming into your life. This could be like somebody who's maybe an earth sign, Virgo, something like that is coming into my mind. Virgo is coming to my mind, but really any earth sign. And this could be somebody who's just sort of a little bit more academic in nature, or somebody who's sort of like analytical as well. But there could certainly be some good news arriving for you here, especially as you start to walk away, especially with the Sun. You have this Knight of Swords. It's happening quickly. Okay, you're taking charge here, and you're deciding that, you know what? I'm not going to stay in this toxic situation. I'm not going to stay in this toxic energy anymore. I'm moving forward. So that's what I have here for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next reading.